Getting ready to podcast. It often looks like this, and the tumble dryer's on. Also gonna go make a cup of tea beforehand. So let's go do that. Hello and welcome to episode 41 of the Woolly Wolverine podcast. My name is Laura and I'm coming to you from Kildare in Ireland on the 14th of March 2021. It is Sunday. It is actually Mother's Day here in Ireland. I think it's Mother's Day in Ireland and the UK, maybe Europe. I think America, you guys do it a little bit later or earlier than us, but it is Mother's Day here today. So we've had a nice breakfast this morning. We got some flowers for my mum and I'm going to knit her something, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. So yeah, this is a knitting and crafty podcast where I discuss all the goings on and makings that I'm currently working on, progress, finished objects, things like that. I have decided to go with the lipstick today and it's annoying me because I keep thinking that I can see it on my teeth, which is distracting. So I am drinking a cup of rhubarb and custard tea, which is, it's interesting. I'm not too sure. Like, I'm not a huge fan of fruity teas. This one is quite nice. It's a Rooibos Bird and Blend tea that I got a sample of from Hannah when I got my Corner of Craft order. Getting all ahead of myself, jumping back and forth here, so I'll discuss that a little bit later. But yeah, just drinking a cup of tea in a cup with lots of cads on it that I got for Christmas from my friend Sarah. It's very appropriate because I like cats. I've got two of them. People who don't know me. So yeah, I think we will get into the knitting, shall we? So I don't get distracted and go off on other tangents. So I'm going to reach, because I never reached beforehand. So I've one finished object this week and I've made a good bit of progress on some of the projects that I've discussed in previous episodes. I've started a lot of new projects in the last 2 weeks as well, so let's get to it. So these were nearly done last week and I finally finished them. These are my rainbow socks, my winter rainbow socks. The yarn is by the Yarn Badger and it is the winter rainbow colorway. And I did just my usual vanilla sock recipe, which is 64 stitches, 2.5 millimeter needle, 2x2 rib, a rounded kind of wedge regular toe, and then a afterthought heel. So these match pretty much exactly, I think. I think I kind of lined them up, but I love this. So the navy is a mini by Botanical Yarns, and I ran out a teeny tiny bit on the last heel, so I had to put in a little bit of this purpley kind of colour here. I wound off a little bit and finished. Now, you'll never notice that, so I do not mind in the slightest. Socks, socks, socks. So, that is my accessory for February. February? Is that my... No, this is my March accessory ticked off the list. My chanterelle socks were my February accessory. So I decided to cast on some others. So, works in progress. I'm not sure if I should go into ones I've shown previously. I will. I'll do that and then I'll go into my new ones. I won't show everything that I'm working on because I seem to have loads of projects on the go at the moment. I think I have about 8. So I can't be stopped. So I'll just share this one because I've made a good bit of progress on this and it is looking cool. So this is my Lizzie Sweater by So Knits, or Suzanne Summers. I've split for the sleeves and I am on Body Island now. So this is a kind of brioche jumper. There's some kind of triangles. It's quite, I think it has about 4 inches positive ease built in. So it'll be nice and loose, which is good because I have, you know, Comfort 8 last year. But yeah, I think this is so much fun. This is kind of way out of my comfort zone in terms of colours and, you know, brightness. But I love, oh, this teal is gorgeous. This is just knit top down, split for the sleeves now. So this part of the sweater is brioche, so you're knitting each row twice, and it's 2 colours. So I'll show the yarn in a moment, but it's knit on a smaller needle than the body. So I switched needles once I finished that section. I had been knitting on Chaya Goose, which I really love, and I unfortunately have run out of cables for my interchangeable Hiya-Hiyas, so I was unable to use them. So I've switched to Knit Pro Zings, or Knitter's Pride, I think they're called in the US. These are 3.5mm. They're not my favourite. I prefer a sharper needle, so I prefer Chaya Goo and Hiya-Hiya Sharps, but they're actually not too bad. I was kind of dreading it because it just seems so chunky, but they're quite slick. The only thing I will say is I'm not a huge fan of the join. It gets caught a little bit, but it's doing the job, and I'm on the body now, so it's just stockinette until the end and then pick up the sleeves, and then it's Sleeve Island. I think they're kind of 3/4-ish length sleeves. I might do full length, I'll see at the time. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue working on this. The yarn I'm using is Old Maiden Ant in the Seeing the Ocean colourway. This is gorgeous tealy blue. And the contrast colour I used was Hedgehog Fibres in her Skinny Singles base, and this is Ravelry is the colourway name. So yeah, that was the yarn. Yeah, so I think that's everything I have to say on this. I'm going to add a progress keeper in here, and I'll be able to show you guys next week or next time how I'm getting on. But I just think this looks so much fun. Look at this. So much fun. I love this colour. It's very different for me, but I really like it. So I kind of discussed a few of my March plans for the month of March in the podcast last time, and it was basically cast on a new jumper which I've done, which I'll talk about now. So the new jumper is in this gorgeous bag I have by my Cottage number 9, the lovely Terry, and it is kind of Christmassy or wintry. Well, I'd say wintry rather than Christmassy. There's nice bears sharing love hearts to another bear in a tree, or is it an apple? Oh, it's a love heart. And a little squirrel, and there's a deer over here with a little scarf. So cute. So I am knitting the Timely cardigan by Libby Johnson, also known as Truly Myrtle, and I am knitting it out of my Sweet Sparrow advent calendar from 2020. I also just recently purchased my 2021 advent calendar from Julie because I just love her aesthetic. It's just me. You can hear the jingle jangle of a little stitch marker here. So I'm knitting it out of my Sweet Sparrow Advents, and also alternating it with this beautiful tonal grey that is from Giddy Yarns, and it is in the colourway Rain Cloud. So this is 75/25 merino nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams. And it's a beautiful, really light tonal grey, as I said. And yeah, I'm alternating this with my Sweet Sparrow minis. So what I've kind of tried to do is start with the lightest colours up at the top, and I'm going to kind of fade them-ish down to the body. So this is what it looks like currently. Now the stripes aren't really showing up. So yeah, so I'm doing 2 stripes per mini, and then I'm changing which mini I'm working with. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 different of my Advent minis with a grey in between each. So this will definitely need a bit more time to take shape because it looks like a little snake at the moment. But I think it's going to be so cute and delicate. That's quite good actually in terms of colours. Now the colours do get a lot darker, like there's, you know, really lovely browns and golden yellows. This one is beautiful. Oh. But I just think it might look a bit, you know, cobbled together, but I think it's going to be really pretty. I'm using my the stitch markers I got in the Advent as well. They're beautiful rose gold, just to keep me company as I go. They're really pretty. Yeah, so this is a very simple cardigan. I think it's cropped, and it's quite tightly fitted. So I'm going to probably wear it open in the summer. I think it'll be quite nice. So that's my aim, is to kind of have it done for summertime. It's just a nice, loose, light cardigan. That's the aim for that one. I'm going to have to look for some buttons. So if anyone knows anywhere that does nice buttons, please leave me a comment down below. I really like the textile cardigan. The textile garden for my cardigan. I'm thinking maybe a sparkly kind of silver glitter might be nice. Maybe a bit too much, but because I think there will be a lot going on with this jumper or this cardigan with the different coloured stripes that I may need to tone it down with my button choices. I'm also going to reinforce the inside with some ribbon. It's going to be my really girly cardigan. I can't wait. So yeah, that is my timely cardigan. So I think Grace of Babel Travelling Yarns did a timely with her Advents either maybe last year, I think. But I just think it's a really good idea to use up your Advents in a different way other than blankets. And yeah, there's a good bit of yardage there, really. Yeah. Ow. I'll just alternate it with that main colour. Anyway, item number 2 that I've cast on. So I had this. Ooh, that's my dad sneezing. I had discussed that I wanted to cast on my pair of mittens because I get cold hands when I'm out walking, and I only had fingerless mitts, so I wanted... And we're back. So I had to take a little break there as my dad came to shower, and he is not the quietest person in the world. As it may have alluded to earlier on in the edited video, if I haven't edited him out. Anyway, I think I was talking about mittens. So let me continue. This is a project in another My College number 9 bag. Beautiful little robins. Terry's bags are just so cute and well made and sturdy and drawstring and just so adorable. They're my favourites, I think, or up there anyway, of all the project bags I have. Okay, so as I was saying, I have cold hands, so I needed full length mittens. So I have been talking about this project for a little while, and I have found the yarn. So I am knitting these out of this gorgeous creamy kind of coloured skein in Chinook yarns. And things are getting stuck on my ring now. Chinook yarns, just a cute little fox. She's an Irish based dyer. This colourway is called Fairy Dust, and it is 100 grams, 400 meters, 75/25 merino nylon, and it is a gorgeous cream base with speckles of yellow and pink and purpley colours in there. And I'm holding this double with mohair, and this is the Dusty Rose colourway by Sweet Sparrow Knits in her mohair base. And I'm knitting the Byfeld Mittens by Amy Loudon, also known as the Little Tailoress. And I have one done, and I've cast on the second. So these look so, the pink just gives such a cute hue. So I flew through this mitt. I knit this mitt in about a day, I'd say. Little thumb. It's a nice little bobbles, cable, and the mohair just gives this gorgeous pinky glow. Like, it makes the yarn almost look pink rather than the cream that it is, but I just think, and it subtles, it makes the speckles so subtle, and it's gorgeous. So I finished one mitt and I've cast on the cuff of the other. So I just have the whole body to do and thumb of that mitten. But this pattern is so lovely. So in the pattern you get a fingerless option. She breaks it down. There's 3 sizes, I think small, medium and large. I'm knitting the size small because I have quite small hands. And yeah, it's knit on 3.5 millimeter for the cuff, I think, and 4 for the body. So it really flew. And they're so snuggly and soft. Can't wait to get to wear these now. It's coming into the wrong season. Excuse me, but they'll be so cute for next year even. I love them. The bobbles are so much fun. I knit bobbles before on my Spellman sweater, and before that I was kind of like, bobbles, but I actually am a fan. And I think they're cute on this mitten, and that cable is cute too. I love a cable. So yeah, that is, I'm hoping to have a pair of mittens soon as well, if I can put my mind to it. I also decided to cast on a sock. When I finished my rainbow socks, I cast on, I found a skein of Ellie and Ada in my stash. It was already skeined up, or unskeined, into a ball. Caked up even is the phrase I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of what the word was. So it doesn't have, I didn't have the tag, so I don't know what this colourway is called, but it is this really kind of bright pink and red with pops of really bright yellow. It doesn't look as bright here, but them speckles are almost highlighter. That's a bit better. So I just did vanilla on the back, but then I decided to do a bit of lace on the front. So I might just throw this on a blocker and see if that shows it a bit better. It's just a pattern that, it's a simple lace pattern. I just decided I didn't want to do full vanilla because I have a lot of stockinette projects, so I just wanted something a bit different. So it's simple kind of lace down the middle of the foot. Yeah, doing these 2 at a time, which is how I like to do my socks, so that I don't have second sock syndrome. And they are being knit on 2.5 chai goo. I did a twisted cast on, or not twisted cast on, a twisted rib, which I never usually do either, 1x1 twisted rib. I think I'll do a heel flap and gusset on these socks once I get to the heel. And yeah, but yeah, there's kind of pearl bumps. This yarn isn't actually, it's actually quite a nice lace pattern. Just simple yarn overs, kind of like a tree almost. But yeah, that's these socks. So my March socks. That I just cast on a whim because I found the balls all ready to go. So there's the yarn in the bowl. There's some nice really dark reds in there as well, kind of orangey tones, and like highlight. The yellow is like highlighter yellow. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun colour. So that's by Ellie and Ada. She does kind of small batch kind of dyeing. She doesn't really do kind of repeatable colorways. I don't even know if she dyes anymore actually, but I had a lot of her skeins early on. They were some of the first kind of indie dyed skeins that I had purchased, and she is based in Ireland as well. So they are my socks. So I have 4 blankets on the go, which I have mentioned before. So I'm picking one a month to focus on. So the choice this month was my Battenberg blanket. And I'm actually keeping it in this box. So I got this box. It had like smelly stuff. I think it was rituals in it for Christmas, but I just thought it was a really cool, pretty box. So I'm keeping my Battenberg blanket in here. So my Battenberg blanket is a pattern by Sandra of Cherry Heart, I believe it is. I'll have everything linked down below. Just to say everything, all my projects, I'll have my Ravelry projects down below. If you want to go over and get more information on them, and anything you might need should be down there. If it's not, just leave me a question and I will let you know the answer. So it's basically a crochet blanket where you kind of do pops of colour and a neutral. So it is a free pattern on Ravelry as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I'm in the middle of a square. So that's ideal. So I basically only started connecting them last week. So I'd made I still have a few, lots of coloured squares. And then I got just 50-gram balls of King Cole in the cream colour. What number is it? Shade 46, which I think is Aran. And it is their Merino Blend 4-ply Superwash 100% Superwash wool. So I'm just using that for my cream. So I got a few skeins of that to keep me going. It's so cute. Like, this is so cute. Look at it. The cream just really ties. So originally I was going to only do kind of pastel colours naturally, but I think the cream just ties everything together. So I've got brighter pops in there too now, and darker colours. I just think it's really cute. So I've only kind of worked on this for the last week or so, picking it up on and off, and I've made a good bit of progress on it. So I'm really happy with this. Yeah, and I'm going to just continue to join what I have, and then I can just start making more coloured squares and then see how big it goes. I think this would be really cute baby blanket, or else, you know, on the back of the couch. Can't wait to have my own house. There'll just be blankets everywhere. I think Pip would really love this as well. She loves sitting on my knitting. I sing a song about sitting on the knitting, and I think she'd really love this, a blanket to sit on. So I should probably knit my cat a blanket. Anyway, that's my Battenberg. I'll show it again at the end of March just to show you how much I've made. But I think I've connected about 39 squares there at the moment, so it's not bad. They're quite small, little granny squares, but that pattern I believe is free, and I will link that down below. Is that all the projects? I think that's all the projects I want to talk about today. I'm still working on my, it's behind here. Ooh, there it is. That is my test knit. I'm on the sleeves. I will show that in more detail next week, or the next time. Hopefully it should be done by then. I'm on nearly, I've about an inch or two left on the sleeves. I need to try it on and see how we're getting on. But almost there. But I do have 2 acquisitions to go through. And yeah. So, my Nora George Blanket Club arrived for the month of March, And if you are part of that club for Harry Potter and you do not want to see, look away now. This is Dumbledore's army, is the theme. And there's a beautiful, this blue's pretty. I like this pinky one as well. So nice. And this actual turquoisey with the minty kind of turquoise with the purples is really pretty too. So I add these to all my blankets. They go into my northeasterly, my granny stripe, my pinwheel and my Battenberg. So I kind of just, it's nice just to get a monthly little treat in the mail. That's my Nora George. I also mentioned that I made an order with Hannah from the Corner of Craft. So I got 2 of her stitch markers. They're so cute. These are my favourite kind of progress keepers, I think. Hannah's are just so pretty. So I got this lovely cute little fox. Look at the foxy fox. And this cow. They're just so intricate and amazing. Yes. Yes. So yeah, I had tried to get one of the little chickens, but they were sold out by the time I managed to get online. But yeah, my mammy calls me her little cow, so I really love little cows. And yeah, I just think they're really cute. So I'll add that to my collection. I have like, I think 5 of Hannah's progress keepers now. So this one, I have another one just here. I've seen is my hedgehog. I've shown that before. I have a little rabbit and also a sloth. I like to name them. So I think I'll have to come up with names for these guys. Any suggestions, leave them down below. But yes, I think that is all I have to talk about this week. I probably had more, but because of the interruption and the fact that the rugby match is starting in about 5 minutes, I'm going to wrap it up early today, and I will be back in 2 weeks and I will check my notes, and anything that I haven't covered I will cover then. I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has been leaving comments. It's really nice to kind of connect with people. If you wouldn't mind giving a thumbs up, leaving a comment and subscribing if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be really helpful. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. That is my goal. So I'm on 699 I think at the moment, so ways to go. But if you think someone would enjoy this video, please share it with them. And if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in 2 weeks, and yeah, keep safe and happy and healthy and happy knitting. Bye.